Good afternoon, everybody. I realize that it's been a while since I've done a video, but I've been a little bit busy doing my sewing projects. So today we're going to talk about changing the needle on your Sears Kenmore 9000 series sewing machine. We're also going to talk about needle size and fabric size that you'll want to use these needles with, and the size of thread that you're going to want to use with your needles. These all are very important when it comes to running a machine. Now, first of all, let's talk about the thread size, the needle size, and the fabric. Now, as you can see here, I've got a size 9, a size 11, a size 12, and a size 16 needle. Unfortunately, I don't have size 14 or 18 because I haven't been doing anything that requires those needles. And right here is that double needle that I spoke to you guys about in an earlier video. Now, when it comes to fabric, needle size and thread size is extremely important for each fabric that you use. One of the first things that you're going to need to understand is your sewing machine may not sew properly if you don't have the proper needle and thread size for the fabric that you're doing. Now, I'll give you several examples of what needle will be used with what thread and for what fabric. Now, so let's start off with sheer cottons, silks, and thin synthetic materials. This will also include fine lace fabrics too. You're going to want to use a size 11 needle for this. And the type of thread that you're going to want to use is a cotton thread between 80 and 100 in thread count size. And you can also use a synthetic thread. You can also use silk thread and embroidery thread. Now, this is a synthetic thread. It's a polyester, and this is what you'll normally find at most of the sewing stores out there. However, when you're using fabrics that are of this nature, you're going to want to use the size needle that I described, which is a size 11, and the cotton thread that's between 80 and 100 in weight. Now, the next size of fabric that you'll be working with for your machine is a size 14, but like I said, I don't have a size 14 needle out here. So medium weight cottons, silks, and synthetics are all used with a size 14 needle. So are lightweight woolens. Any material that's lightweight woolen. They'll use a size 14 needle. And the type of thread that you're going to want to use is a cotton between 60 to 80, or a synthetic, silk, embroidery, or mercantilized 50. Yes, they still do make this. It's a heavier thread, as you can see on my hand. Much heavier than a normal thread, which you see here. So that's the size 14 that you're going to be using for that thread and that type of fabric. The next one is size 16, which is right here. This needle is used for heavyweight cottons, medium to heavy woolens, and heavy drapery fabrics if you're sewing drapes. The type of cotton thread that you'll want to use is the weight between 40 and 60. And like I said, this is a 50 here, and this would go nicely with the size 16 needle also. So you can use the mercantilized 50 with that, or any mercantilized heavy duty thread. Now, I don't have a size 18 needle, so I will tell you what fabric and what threads to use with the size 18. Your heaviest cottons. A good example would be a men's jumpsuit where the men go out and work in the outdoors. Those materials are very thick, very heavy, and you'll need the size 18 with a much heavier cotton thread between 30 and 50. Just remember, the lower the number on the cotton threads, the thicker the thread is. And you can also use merkin-sized heavy duty thread for the size 18 also. That also would also apply to the heaviest woolen fabrics that you use, like if you're going to make a woolen coat of some kind, and that's where you would use the size 18. Now we're going to talk about changing your needle out. So first of all, I want to remove the presser foot, and my hands are going to get in the way so you won't be able to see what I'm doing, but this knob is going to completely be taken out so that the presser foot can be removed away so that you'll be able to better see what I'm talking about. The other thing that is important is you're going to use this knob here. This knob here is for tightening or loosening the needle so that you can remove it and change it out. So here we go. We'll get this screw out of here to take the presser foot completely away and out of the way so that we don't destroy the needles. And then we're going to remove the needle. Once again, my fingers are going to get away. I apologize. So all you have to do is hold the needle with your two fingers and turn this knob towards you, which will loosen the needle and be able to remove it from its holding. Now I'm going to a size 11 needle because the fabric that I'm going to be working with is requires that type of needle, and all you're going to do is reinsert it back into the hole where you took the other one out. Now every needle, as you can see, has a rounded end and a flat side. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the flat side facing the back of the machine. So I'm going to turn it so it's in that position. And I'm going to insert the needle in. And I'm going to hold it in a position. And then I'm going to tighten this screw. Now as you can see, it's all set and ready to do. All we have to do is put the presser foot back in and we're ready to start sewing again. Now, I know it's been a while, but if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments area. And if you have a question, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, as always, happy sewing and have a very good day.